Hey guys, so today we're talking about the truth about Taylor Swift. And I was gonna do someone else. I was like, she's in the media a lot, so why not just do her? So of course, if you don't know this, I do this thing, it's a series, The Truth About, and I just do celebrities or influencers, whoever's in the public eye, and I talk about their scandals, their accusations, allegations, whatever, and I get to the bottom of it. I research, I look at interviews, videos, whatever, and I talk about it, and then I make my own assumptions on an unbiased point of view. And yeah, and you can have opinions too about it. And this is not me like persuading you to like an artist or a celebrity or dislike them. I'm just stating the truth because the world is full of lies, and I like to research, and I think it's interesting to know things. So I'm not going to talk about everything, especially with Taylor, because she has a lot, and I just narrow it down to the ones that I think are the most important to talk about. Not the most, but one I think is interesting and has been in the media a lot. So yeah. I also have my laptop right next to me because I'm not good at remembering dates and I'm bad at pronouncing things, so excuse me for that already. And just to warn you, there's a trigger warning coming ahead for one topic, I would say, but any one of these topics could be a trigger warning. Just anyone know, I am not a big Taylor Swift fan. I know, crazy, right? I'm not. I like her music. I think that she's a cool person, but I'm just not the biggest fan of her. For no reason, I'm just not really a big fan. So this is definitely coming from an unbiased point of view. Just let anyone know.
I had no idea you were gonna get me a bike. Honest, I didn't see you stop.
So before I like to dive in, I like to do a background childhood check so you guys can understand where they come from. So Taylor Allison Swift, she was born on December 13th, 1989. She is from Reading, Pennsylvania, but was raised in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. Taylor has a mom named Andrea and a father named Scott, and a younger brother named Austin. At a young age, Taylor, she loves country music, and she also really enjoys reading poetry. I read that she loves Dr. Seuss, but she just loves it. When Taylor was in the 4th grade, she won a national poetry contest for a poem titled Monsters in My Closet. Taylor also won a role for Sandy in the musical production Grease. When she was Sandy, she knows how country her voice sounded when she sang. Then and there, she knew that country music was right for her. So Taylor, she began singing at karaoke contests, festivals, anywhere that she could, and she loved to perform the national anthem at any game that she can get, like football games, stuff like that, and including a Philadelphia 76ers game. So that right? I don't know, I'm not a big football fan.
Does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of love?
In Taylor's mind, to be a self-sufficient singer is to be a songwriter. And then she was giving her first guitar, and she taught herself to play 4 hours a day or until her fingers would bleed. So as Taylor's guitar playing, songwriting skills grew, she took more trips to Nashville, and she would write songs with the most talented up and becoming songwriters. At 12, she performed the national anthem at the US Open tennis tournament, where she caught the eye of Britney Spears' manager, who then was featured as a rising star in a campaign for retailer Abercrombie and Fitch. Sorry, hard to pronounce that for some reason. Less than a year later, she was offered a recording contract with RCA Records, which she turned down because her songs would be written by another person, and she did not want that at all. And then at that time, her parents made the decision to relocate to Hendersonville, Tennessee, which is a suburb. Then Taylor's big break happened at the Bluebird Cafe, where she was noticed by an executive from Big Machine Records. She signed with the label, and she began recording her first album. On June 19, 2006, Taylor, her first debut single was Tim McGraw, and the song quickly became a top 10 country single, peaking at number 6. The music video for Tim McGraw reached number 1 on Country Music Television's video charts and was awarded the Breakthrough Video Award at the 2007 CMT Awards. October 24, 2006, Taylor's debut album, Taylor Swift, rose to number 3 on the country album charts and number 19 on the United States album charts, and sold more than 40,000 copies during its opening week. Taylor then released 3 other singles off of the album, which rose around the number 10 spot of the US Billboard Hot Country Songs. Our Song, a single from Taylor Swift, originally written for Taylor's high school talent show, became a number 1 single on the US Billboard Hot Country Song charts and won both Female Video of the Year and Video of the Year at the 2008 CMT Awards. In the same year, Taylor also won as the 2007 Country Music Association's Horizon Award, which I think has now been renamed something else. And then she was also nominated for the 2008 Best New Artist Grammy Award, but she lost to Amy Winehouse.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Taylor Swift.
So this Vmas Incident, drama, whatever, happened at September 7, 2008. Taylor, she won the category for Best Video by Female Artist with her music video, You Belong With Me, beating out Beyonce's music video, Single Ladies Put a Ring on It. While Taylor was accepting her speech, Kanye, who, by the way, was drunk, later on he said that he was drunk, he got on stage, took the microphone from Taylor, and he said this.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
So, after what he said, the crowd began to boo at Kanye, and some people in the audience, they were clapping for Taylor. They were having a standing ovation for her. Now, this is what they said, according to Billboard Oral History. This is what happened during the commercial break. So during the commercial break, Kanye sat back down, and then that's when Pink, she went up to him and she chewed him out. Okay, this is according to Billboard Oral History. But Pink let him have it. And people that were like around him were like glaring at him. They were just like, you know. And then the VMAS people, asked Kanye to leave. And he was surprised. He was like, me? I have to leave? But they escorted him out to leave. And this what happened backstage. So backstage, Taylor and Beyonce, they were both crying, and the producers were trying to like calm them down, and they're doing it in a very like time sensitive, because next Taylor was performing her song You Belong With Me, and they were trying to get her under control. So after Taylor finished performing, she and her mom wanted to leave, but Van, a producer, he was convincing them to stay, and the reason why was because backstage, while as Taylor was performing, whatever, they were telling Beyonce that, they were hinting to her that she may or may not be winning an award soon, and they were like suggesting that it might be a good idea for you to invite Taylor on stage to give her her moment that was taken from her, which is what Beyonce did soon after Taylor's performance. Just imagine like him saying that when her mom was there. Her mom was there. But later that night, Kanye wrote on his blog apologizing to Taylor, her mom, and her fans. And this is what he said. I am so sorry to Taylor Swift and her fans and her mom. I spoke to her mother right after, and she said the same thing my mother would have said. She's very talented. I like the lyrics about being a cheerleader, and she's in the bleachers. I'm in the wrong for going on stage and taking away from her moment. Beyonce's video was the best of this decade. I'm sorry to my fans if I let you guys down. I'm sorry to my friends at MTV. I will apologize to Taylor tomorrow. Welcome to the real world. Everybody want to boo me, but I'm a fan of real pop culture. No disrespect, but we watching the show at the crib right now because, well, you know, I'm so happy for Taylor. Booyah. You're very, very talented. I gave my awards to Outkast when they deserved it over me. That's what it is. I'm not crazy, y'all. I'm just real. Sorry for that. I really feel bad for Taylor, and I'm sincerely sorry. Much respect. That apology was kind of like sus a little bit, because he said booyah, or I don't know. But then he took it back later on, which we'll get more into that later on, about the Kanye West Taylor feud. I think he's going by Ye now. I'm like, her mom was there. You know what I mean? Her mom was there. Oh, because he had, like, his drunken actions made him confident enough to go on stage and say what he said. And he did apologize to Taylor the next day. He did apologize to her. But it's just, what? I feel like that right there began a whole lot of drama for her, or like setting her up for future dramas and whatnot. I don't know, it's just, that's crazy how he did that. But I feel like that's the beginning of comparing Beyonce and Taylor, which I don't know why, because they're both amazing, but whatever.
Waiting for Taylor Swift on the stand today, saying there is no doubt in her mind Denver DJ David Mueller groped her during a photo op at Pepsi Center.
So this next topic is a trigger warning for anyone, you know. So you have been warned. So on June 2nd, 2013, Taylor had a concert in Denver at the Pepsi Center on her Red World Tour. During a meet and greet before the concert, someone named David Mueller groped Taylor as they were posing for a photo. Taylor said while they're posing for a photo, David reached under her skirt to grope her butt. So after the photo, Taylor's security team was informed of what happened, and they found David and confronted him. On June 4th, a member of Taylor's security team told David's boss at Kygo's radio station of what happened, and said that he is banned from any Taylor Swift concert ever. And that same day, he was fired from Kygo's radio station, which he blames Taylor for. On September 10th, 2015, David filed a lawsuit against Taylor for defamation, which is like 2 years later, but the lawsuit claimed that Mueller lost his job and other prospective business opportunities because of the allegations. The lawsuit seeks $3 million in damages from Taylor. So I'll pause for a little bit. So in 2020, Taylor has a documentary called Vmas Americana, which you should watch. I watched some clips and makes me want to watch the whole documentary, which I might still do. But she was saying that what him and his, the lawsuit, the lawyers were saying was full of lies. There were witnesses, like 7 people saw him do this. There's a photo of it happening. On October 28th, 2015, Taylor, she filed a federal counterclaim against David for assault and battery, and is particularly for reaching under her skirt and groping her for her 2013 Denver concert. And the lawsuit is symbolic for $1, and the lawsuit was saying that David took too long to deny this accusation. The lawsuit also detailed that the assault happened without Taylor's permission and against her will. So on August 10th, 2017, Taylor and David, they both testified against each other. And on August 11th, David's lawsuit against Taylor was dismissed. On August 14th, the jury found David guilty for assault and battery against Taylor, and Taylor was awarded her $1, and she pledged to donate an unspecific amount to organizations aimed at helping sexual assault victims. So then after that, I didn't do a lot of research about the next person that did something to her. I don't think he did anything. She said that he gave off creepy vibes and stuff, and other women stepped forward saying that he did something to them, and there's a trial that went on. I didn't research about that, but it happened soon after this case. I'm like, wow. And I did not know this happened at all. Because again, I'm not like a big fan of Taylor, so I don't keep up with her and the media. So I felt, my heart broke. I was like, whoa. Crazy. Wow.
This day a year ago was the day that the jury sided in my favor and said that they believed me. I guess I just think about all the people that weren't believed, and the people who haven't been believed, or the people who are afraid to speak up because they think they won't be believed. And I just wanted to say that I'm sorry to anyone who ever wasn't believed, because I don't know what turn my life would have taken if people didn't believe me when I said that something had happened to me. And so I guess I just wanted to say that we have so much further to go, and I'm so grateful to you guys for being there for me during what was a really horrible part of my life.
But you know, I did try and reach out to her. I tried to do the good thing, and you know, she shut me down and wrote a song.
Between 2009 and 2014, Taylor and Katy, they were on good terms, probably even really good friends. They would exchange birthday wishes, they would tweet about cats, and Katy even performed on Taylor's Fearless tour, performing Hot and Cold. In 2014, Taylor did an interview with Rolling Stone, and she was talking about her song Bad Blood, about being another woman in the industry, and this is what she said. For years, I was never sure if we were friends or not. She would come up to me at award shows and say something and walk away, and I would think, are we friends, or did she just give me the harshest insult of my life? And she was also explaining how this artist did something terrible to her, and saying that they were straight up enemies. And this is what she also said. And it wasn't even about a guy. It had to do with business. She basically tried to sabotage an entire arena tour. She tried to hire a bunch of people out from under me, and I'm surprisingly non-confrontational. You not believe how much I hate conflict. So now I have to avoid her. It's awkward, and I don't like it. So after that online article was posted, Katy tweeted this: watch out for the Regina George in sheep's clothing. In July of 2015, the MTV VMAs nominees was posted, and Nicki Minaj tweeted this: if your video celebrates women with very slim bodies, you'll be nominated for Vid of the Year. Then, minutes after Nicki tweeted about this, Taylor took what she said personally for her nomination of Bad Blood, and this is what she said: I've done nothing but love and support you. It's unlike you to pit women against each other. Maybe one of the men took your slot. Wow, pause for a second. This blew up more than it should have, just so everyone would know. And then the next day, Katy chimed in without even mentioning Taylor's name, but she tweeted this: finding it ironic to parade the pit women against other women argument about as one unmeasurably capitalizes on the take down of a woman. Tweeting or reading that was brain confused. Like, I was confused, and I kept reading it over and over, and I was like, that makes no sense. It kind of makes sense, but it doesn't. Like, in the beginning it did, then it just, I don't know what Katy meant by that. I don't know if I'm just slow or what, but I just couldn't figure out what she meant by that. Nicki later on said that what she tweeted was not about Taylor, or targeted towards Taylor, and at the VMAs, Taylor and Nicki, they were being friendly toward each other. They even performed together. And of course, Katy did not come to the award show. On May 17, 2017, Katy was on Carpool Karaoke with James Corden. And by the way, when I looked at the, or tried to look for the video, it was gone. They deleted the video. And luckily enough, I did watch the Carpool Karaoke when it first came out, because I love watching it anyway. And she talked about the feud, which I didn't even know that there's this big feud that happened between them. I didn't know Bad Blood was about Katy until Katy released Swish Swish. But James was talking to Katy about this feud, and Katy said that Taylor started it, so she must finish it. And she explained that basically, so I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, because again, the video was deleted, and I did found some video clips, but it didn't really say all what happened. But it was Katy's dancers, and Taylor asked Katy if she can borrow her dancers, and Katy was like, yeah, sure. And then when Katy was going back on tour, 3 of the dancers wanted to tour with Katy, and Katy was like, sure. And so Katy was like, she started it, so she must finish it. And I'm like, I was like crazy. I don't even know who to side with, if there's even a side. I don't like doing that, but it's like total misunderstanding, which later on was talked about how it was a big misunderstanding of what happened. In May of 2018, Katy posted a Instagram of how she received a olive branch, and there's a note attached to it, and it said, "Hey old friend," and other words that no one knew what was said, but that right there was saying that the feud ended. In June of 2019, Katy received cookies that said "Peace at last," and she tagged Taylor and said, "It feels so good." And then a week after that, Katy was in Taylor Swift's music video, "You Need to Calm Down," as like a cheeseburger, I believe. And that's when the feud ended, and now they're on good terms. And recently, Katy went to Taylor Swift's Eras tour, and she posted about the song Bad Blood, or the video was her singing along to Bad Blood. And I was like, they're all good. You know, it was a big misunderstanding and miscommunication.
Still a beef with Taylor after all that went down? No, squash. Over it. Good. And have you two had any communication, or you just feel like we've all moved on?
No, I feel like we've all moved on.
Okay.
This next one, I'm trying to prepare myself verbally, mentally, because it's a lot. You know, it's just a lot. I'm trying to not get upset over this because I feel bad for Taylor already. Okay. On February 8th, 2015, Taylor and Kanye, they were both photographed at the Grammys together, and people were suspecting a collab. And this is what Kanye told Ryan Seacrest. "She wants to get in the studio, and we're definitely going to go in. Any artist with an amazing point of view, perspective, fan base, I'm down to get in the studio and work. I don't discriminate." Let that sink in for like a couple seconds. I don't discriminate. So before I do continue in this topic, there's a lot that goes on, so I'm not going to talk about everything that went on. I do have all the articles linked down below if you want to look at it and go into a deep dive like I did. This is just me like really summarizing and trying to get to the main important parts. In August of 2015, Taylor said this in the Vanity Fair magazine. "I feel like I wasn't ready to be friends with him until I felt like he had some sort of respect for me, and he wasn't ready to be friends with me until he had some sort of respect for me. We haven't planned any collaborations, but hey, I like him as a person, and that's a really good, nice first step, a nice place for us to be." On February 9th, 2016, Kanye dropped his song Famous at one of his Easy shows, and people were talking about that lyric about Taylor. Kanye said that he got permission from Taylor at a 1-hour call. February 16th, Taylor won Album of the Year award at the Grammys, and during her acceptance speech, she was hinting at Kanye because the line said, "I made that bitch famous," and she was like speaking to like the future singers and songwriters, and and she was saying like your fans, your friends, your family know that it was you who did it all along.
There are going to be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or your fame. But if you just focus on the work and you don't let those people sidetrack you, someday when you get where you're going, you'll look around and you will know that it was you and the people who love you who put you there. And that will be the greatest feeling in the world. Thank you for this moment.
I guess it feels very degrading of someone like taking credit for your success, because the whole 2008 thing, and he was basically taking credit like, oh, I made her famous, even though she got famous. She was already famous already, like she won an award. Hello. Not even that, talking about the award thing for a second, it was her only like nomination that night. Her first time going to the VMAs, she was only nominated for one category, which she won, and Beyonce had like 5 other categories, which Beyonce did win. I don't know, I feel like people make a big fuss about awards and winning, and yeah. On June 16th, Kim Kardashian, she is now involved in this feud, and she said that Taylor knew about the lyric all along, and this is what she said. She totally approved that. She totally knew that that was coming out. She wanted to all of a sudden act like she didn't. I swear my husband gets so much for things when he really was doing proper protocol and even called to get approved. In the same month that Kim said that, Taylor's spokesperson released a statement of what Kim said. Taylor does not hold anything against Kim Kardashian, as she recognizes the pressure Kim must be under and that she's only repeating what she has been told by Kanye West. However, that does not change the fact that much of what Kim is saying is incorrect. Kanye West and Taylor only spoke once on the phone while she was on vacation with her family in January of 2016, and they have never spoken since. Taylor has never denied that conversation took place. It was on that phone call that Kanye West also asked her to release a song on her Twitter account, which she declined to do. And then it gets worse. On June 24th, 2016, Kanye released a music video for Famous, and in the music video, they're like naked sculptures, and including one of Taylor Swift. On July 17, 2016, Kim releases the footage of Taylor and Kanye's conversation. Then Taylor's spokesperson revealed to People's Magazine that Taylor wasn't aware of the actual lyrics. And this is when people online, they were against Taylor because they were saying, oh, she's playing the victim, oh, she's lying. And the same day that Kim releases the footage, Taylor, she posted a video on Instagram captioning that moment when Kanye West secretly records your phone call, then Kim posted it on the internet. And the article that I got this from, I'm not sure if they did the timing wrong or what, because they said Kim Kardashian released the footage in 2018, which I'm not sure if that's correct. I think that's wrong. I think they meant 2016. But anyway, then Taylor Swift's squad came to her defense, and I'm going to read you some of them. So Selena Gomez, she tweeted, "There are more important things to talk about. Why can't people use their voice for something that effing matters? Truth is, the last thing we need right now is hate in any form." Then Chloe Grace Moretz was talking about it, and then Khloe Kardashian clapped back against her. And then Ruby Rose, this is so messy, I'm sorry, this is super messy. Ruby Rose chimed in and said, "Yo, Chloe, I thought you were rad when I met you, but this is awful and this is a 19-year-old girl." Then Martha Hunt said, "It's pathetic how quick our culture is to sensationalize a fabricated story. Take interest in the real problems going on. Spread love." So, this whole feud was happening, right? So Taylor had enough. So what did she do? She deleted everything off her social media. She deleted her photos, her videos. She unfollowed everyone. She went ghosted. Like, she ghosted herself from social media. And people were like, "Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh my gosh," you know? And she left social media for about a year. So I think she posted this July of 2017, I believe. I remember people were like freaking out over this. So I think it was July of 2017, I believe. Maybe wrong. But she posted a video of a snake. And this is like a new, telling people that there's like this new era happening and people are like freaking out. I remember this, people were like going crazy and freaking out over this. Then on August 23rd, 2017, Taylor announced her 6th album, Reputation. And for that, she put out a music video, Look What You Made Me Do. And that music video, love, and also kind of heartbreaking because it's like now her 2017 version is who she is now, and all of her other eras are dead. Like, they're gone. They're no more. The nice girl is over. She has had it. Y'all pushed her to the point where this bad girl boss energy, y'all push it to the limit. Y'all literally push it to the limit. And by the way, Reputation is like my favorite album. I just love it because it's like, yes, you know, it's like, yes. Yeah, I'm all for bad girl Taylor. I'm all for that. Like, shady, petty Taylor, I'm all for it. I'm all for someone like just had enough. Love it. Then on March 20th, 2020, the full conversation of Taylor and Kanye was leaked online. And everyone was like, "Oh, Taylor was telling the truth." And she's like, "Of course I was telling the truth." And now people are trying to hate, or that's when people start hate on Kim and Kanye. And I remember Kim even said that the feud between her and Taylor was like, she was over it. Like, she was over, she was done, all that stuff. And I'm like, people literally saw her as the villain, a victim, all that stuff, when the whole entire time she was telling the truth. And people were like, "Oh, because like they were saying, Kanye showed her the original lyric and Taylor approved of that, the original lyric she approved of. But then Kanye switched the lyrics and she didn't approve of that because she heard that lyric. And people were like, oh, she was telling the truth. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't think Taylor would lie about that. You know, like, for me, I was even surprised that she would agree to that lyric. I don't know. I think it feels so good for Taylor, like, oh, finally, years later, people now know that I was telling the truth. I wasn't a liar. Recently, December 2023, Taylor was Person of the Year of Time magazine, and including her, like, the article, she was talking about the Kim-Kanye feud thing, and she said during that time, it was like a career death, because, like, you know, you're messing with a Kardashian, you're messing with Kanye West, so she said it felt like a career death, and said, make no mistake, my career was taken away from me. This is what she said from the article. You have a fully manufactured frame job and legally recorded phone call, which Kim Kardashian edited and put out to say to everyone that I was a liar. That took me down psychologically to a place I've never been before. I moved to a foreign country. I didn't leave a rental house for a year. I was afraid to get on phone calls. I pushed away most people in my life because I didn't trust anyone anymore. I went down really, really hard. I thought that moment of backlash was going to find me negatively for the rest of my life. When I read that, I was like, y'all, what? She moved to a foreign country because it was too much for her. And she didn't even leave, like barely even left her rental house. Because she didn't trust anyone. That's why in her lyric, like, I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. Like, wow. And she didn't say, like, what foreign country. My thing, like, my little theory, which might be, like, true, was, like, he was baiting her, basically. He was baiting Taylor. He was playing all nice with her. And then he did that. You know, like, he was baiting her, giving her flowers. Like, I feel like, you know, he likes her. He doesn't like her. You know, and Taylor was like, that's fine, but, like, don't be acting like you do. Like, we're on the same page. And it's like he was looking for leverage. Like, oh, I'm friends with Taylor, and she would definitely approve of this lyric, and then I'm gonna change it. You know? And then for the Kim, she probably was just, like, doing whatever he asked her to do, but she wasn't innocent either. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not saying Kim was innocent, but she did whatever he wanted her to do, since, like, she has, like, a bigger follower than he does. But man, y'all really took her, like, it affected her so much. You know, like, how rock bottom you have to be, deleting everything on social media, unfollowing everyone. That has to be, like, yeah, she took it very, very hard. Which she should, honestly. I don't blame her for doing that, because, like, the biggest snake was Kanye. And not just him, but, like, everyone around her, like, the general public, just people. And, like, she don't trust anyone because there's so many snakes. That's what she was saying. And her, who was it? Was it, like, Woman of the Year? At the Billboard Woman of the Year? And she was saying that. And that speech, I started crying, honestly. I cried. Because it was like people want her to change. She did. They didn't like it, or they, like, I don't know. It's just, but she goes through so much that people just don't recognize or see. Because people were wondering where she was, because she was off for like almost a year, about a year. And some people were probably happy about that. But a lot of people were just concerned, like, where'd she go?
The fact is that private equity is what enabled this man to think, according to his own social media post, that he could buy me. But I'm obviously not going willingly.
It just doesn't stop. You know, just keep going and going with the next drama, the next person. And it's like she doesn't even do anything. She doesn't want to be friends with people. And like, you know, sing her songs and write songs, and people just likes to keep adding on to her stress and her trauma. So this all started July of 2019, and this is when Taylor was out of contract with Big Machine Records and Scooter. Before Taylor had the chance to, or was even aware of this, of her claiming it, Scooter claimed her masters, meaning that he has total control of her music, her records, her albums, her first 6 albums, before she even had a chance to do anything. So Taylor is like upset over this and doesn't know what to do. So then the lovable Kelly Clarkson tweeted this: at Taylor Swift 13, just a thought, you should go in and re-record all the songs that you don't own the masters on exactly how you did them, but put brand new art and some kind of incentive so fans will no longer buy the old versions. I'll buy all the new versions just to prove a point. I love Kelly. I love her so much. August of 2019, it seems to be like Taylor is taking Kelly's advice, and she announced on Good Morning America that she will be officially re-recording her albums, her 6 albums. In November of 2019, Taylor asked her fans for help in a very lengthy Tumblr post, which I will summarize. Basically, she is saying that Scooter and Scott Borchetta are not allowing her to perform any of her music from her first 6 albums at the American Music Award. And then Big Machine Records came out with a statement denying Taylor's claim. So this is what their statement says. As Taylor Swift's partner for over a decade, we were shocked to see her Tumblr statements yesterday based on false information. At no point do we say Taylor could not perform on the AMAs or block her Netflix special. In fact, we do not have the right to keep her from performing live anywhere. Since Taylor's decision to leave Big Machine last fall, we have continued to honor all of her requests to license her catalog to third parties as she promotes her current record, Lover, in which we do not financially participate. The next year, November of 2020, Scooter sold Taylor's masters for $300 million to Shamrock Holding, and Taylor was not aware of this whatsoever. On April 9th, 2021, Taylor released Fearless, Taylor's version, then released Red, Taylor's version on November 12th, 2021, then released Speak Now, Taylor's version on July 7th, 2023, and 1989, Taylor's version on October 27th, 2023. To me, I thought that she would go in order, which is fine that she'd go in order, but I thought she would. And then I thought, what if she just doing like Taylor Swift, her first album, Taylor Swift, what if she does it last? Because there's 2 albums that she hasn't released yet, which is Reputation, which I'm excited when she does release that, and then Taylor Swift. I'm like, what if she ends on Taylor Swift? That would be crazy. But I have been listening to Taylor's version, and her voice seems so mature, which I expected to, and just sounds amazing. Of course, I still love like her older albums, because just it's nostalgic in her voice and her country accent, you know. And yeah, I do love Taylor's version also. June 2021, Scooter shared his side of the story, which we don't care about, honestly. Like, I mean, I read it. It just seemed a bunch of BS to me. Like, he tried to make it seem like he was trying to reach out to Taylor, but Taylor didn't want to talk to him. You know what I mean? Or he was trying to tell Taylor that, you know, what was going to happen, but he couldn't reach her, or I don't know, some excuse that he was trying to talk about. August of 2023, Scooter started losing clients. Clients like Justin Bieber, Demi Lovato, Ariana Grande. Like, he just, wow. I never realized how horrible he really is. Man, I knew from Ariana, because I know Ariana fired him before and rehired him. But like, dang, I didn't know he did that to Taylor.
The music icon is one of 10 A-list celebrities who are being called out after a study by the sustainability marketing firm Yard named stars with the highest carbon emissions from private jet travel.
So I just want to touch up on this a little bit, since people are talking about it, or we're talking about it a lot, and this is like the reason of not liking Taylor. So there's a lot of numbers and words. So I'm going to be reading from my slide. So on July 29th, 2022, data and marketing agency Yard releases a report that says Taylor's private jet usage compared to other celebrities titled Just Plain Wrong Celebs with the Worst Private Jet CO2 Emissions. And in the report, Taylor is ranked as the #1 offender who in the first 7 months of 2022 alone totaled 170 flights and amassed a vast 22,923 minutes in the air in 15.9 days. And then continued saying Taylor's jet had an average flight time of just 80 minutes and an average of 139.36 miles per flight. Her total flight emissions for the year come in at 8,293.54 tons, or 1,184.8 8 times more than the average person's total annual emissions. And Taylor's shortest record flight of 2022 was just 36 minutes, flying from Missouri to Nashville. On August 1st, 2022, Taylor's spokesperson came out saying that Taylor regularly loans her jet out to individuals, so the report is just wrong because it's not all of Taylor making those trips. On December 17th, 2023, people are coming at Taylor again because she used her jet plane 12 times in the last 3 months prior, to see her boyfriend Travis Kelce's football game. And on December 22nd, 2023, Jack Sweeney, who's a junior studying information technology at the University of Central Florida, he tracks jet usage that celebrities use, and he tracks Taylor's all the time, and he gets a cease and desist letter from Taylor's legal team. And then he showed what the letter said on February 4th of this year, 2024. January 20th of this year, 2024, Taylor has reported to sold her private jet. It's actually her first jet that she bought, and she only has one now. So I think that she's trying to, you know, reduce the CO2 emissions. Also because she doesn't really need it because she's on tour right now. And her current private jet holds up to 16 passengers and is more efficient. Now I see how people can hate on Taylor for this, but also, do people really care about this stuff? You know, I know some people do, but in reality, do people really care about pollution when they're the ones that's also adding on to the pollution? Not even that, but she isn't the worst, because there's also a report that says like the top 10 like worst CO2 emission private jet usage, whatever, and she wasn't even on the top 10 list. It was all like political people or whoever, so she wasn't even on the top 10 list of, in general, like the worst people that use the jet plane, private jet usage, whatever it's called. So she wasn't even on the top 10 list. And again, I don't think people really care about this stuff. Some people do, but a lot of people, they only use it as a tactic to hate on Taylor even more.
See Taylor on the screen, even for a split second, and men are furious about it.
Most of them admittedly don't know anything about her, but they just don't get it, and they're sort of offended by her existence, even if it's only for 25 seconds in a broadcast that they have been conditioned to think is for them.
The last thing I'll talk about is how football fans were mad at Taylor for showing up at football games and showing her on camera and all that stuff. So the first time Taylor has gone to a Chiefs football game was September 24th, 2023, and this one, like, people were speculating that she was dating Travis Kelce, which is confirmed, obviously, that she is dating him. And then as she keeps going to football games, football fans are annoyed with Taylor. They think that she's cursing their team, you know, all that stuff. And the reason why Taylor keeps going, because she feels like every time she's there, she's like their lucky charm. I mean, obviously, like, they won the Super Bowl. I mean, by the way, people say that it's scripted, but I don't know if it is or not. I'm not into football like that, so I don't know or care. But the thing is that people are getting mad. I think it's more like the men football fans are getting mad at Taylor. Maybe some women too, but mainly it's like the football, like male football fans. They're like, oh, they're always showing Taylor, blah blah blah. And if you look at reports of the games that she goes through, out of 3 hours or whatever, how long it is, she is shown like 25 seconds. The whole entire football game, 25 seconds that she was shown, or whatever. I'm like, you're mad? They show her like what, for like 4 seconds or whatever, you know? And also, the camera people, they know the audience, right? Or they know how to lure in the audience, and they know, oh, Taylor's fans are gonna watch football if they see Taylor. So when they show Taylor on camera, it's not for the football fans, it's for the Taylor Swift fans that are watching the football game because of Taylor. It's all about the views, it's all about, you know, the ratings, things like that. But I don't know, it's just bizarre how people really got so mad. They're like, oh, she's ruined the game, she's cursing, she's like cursing the game. Like, you know, and I'm just like, y'all so mad. She didn't ask to be put on camera. Like, she knows it's gonna be on camera, obviously, but like she can't control the cameras, so people were just mad for what, you know what I mean? Unnecessarily mad. Also, I guess I like understand, because like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little annoying seeing her like everywhere. And I get it, like her Eras tour started last year, so of course she's gonna be everywhere, and like, you know, her popularity rose even more. So I understand that, but like, it's nothing to get upset about or like mad. I don't know, I just don't understand why people got super, super mad. So my final thoughts, my conclusions. Do I think that Taylor is a villain, a mean girl, whatever, or the opposite of that, and the media just hypes it up? I don't think that she's a villain, obviously. I think people just come at her and people just, you know, just, it's a lot, you know? She's like, every year it's something. And I wouldn't be surprised if this year something more drama came out, or drama or whatever comes out with Taylor. It never ends, you know? It just keeps going and going and going and whatever. I'm thinking in my mind, like, should I record my reaction to Taylor's album or not? Because I don't know, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, should I? If I don't, then I may do like a review about it, researching Taylor and all this scandals and drama and feud, whatever. Someone who not a big fan of Taylor, I just became a big fan of Taylor because of this reason. Because people just come at her for no reason, because she's Taylor Swift, she's a massive, amazing songwriter, and she keeps winning, and people don't like that, and people want her to fail, and she can't fail. Like, she can't. Like, she's winning right now. But I will say that for me, the reason why I wasn't a big fan of Taylor was because her fans hype it up so. Oh my god, that's so rude of the camera to cut me off like that. What I was saying about Taylor Swift's fans is that they hype Taylor up so much. They are like delusional. Like, I know I'm an R-nator, and sometimes we can be delusional too. Well, not me, but other people. But they're saying like, oh, Taylor sings better than Ariana, or Taylor's better than Michael Jackson, or same level as him. And I'm like, Taylor would not think these things. Like, these things that her fans are saying, they would not, like, she would not be saying that at all. She'd be like, I'm not like that, or I don't think I'm better than anyone at all. It's just like, y'all need to be humbled. Y'all need to, okay, think about Taylor, think about her and how she wouldn't even compare herself to anyone whatsoever. And like, she's Taylor Swift, she don't need to compare herself to anybody. And like, she's enough, okay? She's great on her own, and she don't need fans hyping her up because she's amazing just as is. But her fans are like the reason why I can't really love Taylor as much, because I see that and I'm like irritated with it. I'm just like, ugh, she's not that good. Like, that's why I think that's why people don't like Taylor, because her, like, the fans, really, and they start like, oh, she's not that good. Like I just said, that's how I feel sometimes. I know Taylor's like amazing, but come on. She's a songwriter. She's amazing at that. That's her superpower. Her superpower is songwriting. Period. Okay, she don't need to compare to anyone else. Okay, because people, they be doing Taylor wrong with the dancing that Taylor does and the singing, which, by the way, Taylor's not that bad of a singer. Watching her live performances, she's not that bad, like people are saying. Like, she's not like Whitney Houston or, you know, Mariah Carey level, but she's not terrible. Like, what? Also, it's worth saying that at a concert, Taylor's fans created an earthquake, which I don't think that's possible. I think that's just a coincidence, in my opinion, because you guys know how earthquakes are formed, right? Like, I don't fully believe that, because if that was true, then every concert she would be at would create an earthquake. I don't know. I don't believe that statement. I don't really believe that could happen. Anyway, I'm wrap this up. I want to take a shower after this. But let me know what you think about Taylor. Do you like her? Do you not like her? Do you not like her fan base? How do you feel about these topics? Whatever. It's your opinion. Not trying to persuade you to like her or hate on her. Whatever. This is just what I found online. Yeah, I'll try to do this as often as I possibly can. No promises, but I'll try to do more. I haven't done them in a while, so I'll try to do more as I can. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more of me. What other celebrities, influencers do you want me to do a massive research on? Let me know. Hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, wherever you are. Remember to have faith in yourself and believe in yourself. Bye.